In this video, I will show you how to install FreeBSD on a USB drive the easy way. In particular, we will take a look at the variant of FreeBSD called GhostBSD. If you don't know what FreeBSD is, it is an open source operating system, but it's not Linux. It's not based on Linux, it's not even related to it, it's a completely different product. But on the surface, it looks like Linux. You even get the open source tools that you use on Linux. So on the surface, it looks the same, but in its core, it runs the FreeBSD kernel instead of the Linux kernel. So is then FreeBSD any better? In a previous video, I gave you my top reasons why you should use FreeBSD instead of Linux. So if you're interested, you can find the link to the video up there or down in the description. As always, this will not be a live USB drive meant primarily for testing. This will be a full installation on a USB drive, and that means that you can update the system and everything you do or change on the USB drive will be saved back to the drive. Of course, you can use the same approach to install FreeBSD on a hard drive, but in this video we will install it on a USB drive. No matter where you install it, it will only work on the machine where you actually do the install, because it will install the drivers only for this particular machine. So for instance, if you want to use the USB drive on a different machine, then you will need to update the drivers manually or repeat the installation process on this particular machine. Now before we start with FreeBSD, welcome to the channel. Here you can find topics about Linux, Docker, game dev or software development in general, or short agile dev art. If you like that kind of content, then give a like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified when I release new videos. All the links from this video are down in the description, and also down there are the timestamps, so you can skip any part if you want. I am now here on the official FreeBSD website, and as said, in this video we will not use the vanilla FreeBSD, we will use a variant of it. The variant is called GhostBSD, and you can actually find a link to it on this official FreeBSD website. Just go to download FreeBSD, and now if you scroll down here, under distributions you can find the FreeBSD variants, and here is also GhostBSD. Let's open it. And this is how it looks like, a simple, elegant desktop BSD operating system. Maybe you already recognized it, but this here is the Linux Mate desktop, actually a port of it on FreeBSD. On the surface level, it looks exactly like Linux. I would not be able to tell the difference honestly, but under the hood is actually the FreeBSD kernel. Now the difference between GhostBSD and FreeBSD is that GhostBSD already has pre-installed all the applications that a desktop user would need, like for instance the Mate desktop environment, all the drivers and so on. On the other hand, FreeBSD is more like Arch, it has nothing on it. You also install it inside the console, similar like you do with Arch. So if FreeBSD is like Arch, is then GhostBSD like Manjaro? Not really. It's like taking Arch and pre-installing a desktop environment and applications on top of it and call it Ghost Arch. Because that's what GhostBSD is, pre-installed stuff on top of FreeBSD. They both use the same FreeBSD repository, so they don't reinvent stuff like many Linux distributions do. Now this doesn't mean that this approach is necessarily better, but it is definitely less variation on FreeBSD. Now without further ado, let's see how to install this one. As always, we first need to download the ISO. So let's go to download. Now here you have the official GhostBSD version using the Mate desktop, but you also have an XFCE version, which is community based. In this video, we will go with the Mate desktop. So let's go to direct download. I will take the French mirror. Now wait for the download, it has 2.5 gigabytes. Download complete, and here is the ISO. Now this ISO is similar like those from Linux distributions. It also contains a live environment where you can test things out. And the most important thing, it has a GUI installer. So it should be really easy to install it. As always, we first need to flash this one on a USB drive. And then we will use this USB drive to install GhostBSD on a second USB drive. So yes, again, we will need two USB drives. The first USB drive with this ISO can be any off-the-shelf stick, it doesn't really matter. But the second USB drive where we will install the full GhostBSD on should be a more faster one. It should have a decent read-write speed, otherwise the whole system will be very slow and you will get really frustrated, and it doesn't matter if you have the newest machine, if the USB drive with the operating system is the bottleneck. So get a decent USB drive. I'm using one with 128 GB and you can find the referral link down in the description. Now with that said, let's flash this one on the first USB drive and therefore we will use a tool called Rufus. This is Rufus and I almost always use this one. So let's download it. Scroll down, here is the link. Let's open it and there you go. Now it's the right time to plug in the first USB drive, the off-the-shelf stick. I will do it as well. Rufus already recognized it. Now let's select the ISO. Here it is and open. It is a hybrid ISO, that's okay. Leave everything else on default and select Start. Now it warns us that everything that is currently on the USB drive will be deleted. So if you have anything important on there, make a backup first. I don't have anything important on there, so I will just continue. And now let's wait. Finished, let's close it. The USB drive with the live environment is now ready and now we need to boot into it. Make sure that secure boot and fast boot are disabled on your machine. Then plug in the USB drive, restart the system, and then while the system is restarting you need to press one of the function keys. Usually it's F11 or F12, it depends on your PC manufacturer. Then you should get the boot menu and inside the menu select the USB drive and it should boot into it. I will do the same on my machine as well and I'll see you in the live environment. And here we are, this is the GhostBSD live environment running the Mate desktop. Now this is not the full installation, it's just a live environment for testing, so everything you do here will not be saved to the drive. So if you just want to try it out, then yes, you can do it. As you can see, it looks exactly like Linux. But in my case, I will install the full version first and then I will try it out. So now it's the right time to plug in the second USB drive for the full GhostBSD installation. I will do it as well. Now before we do anything here, I just want to mention that I had problems booting this USB drive on an AMD machine. It just opened a console and I never got this Mate desktop. I am now using a machine with an Intel Nvidia combo and here everything seems to work just fine. Except for my Wi-Fi, so I am connected by wire. Too bad. Now let's install it. Here is the installer. I will just go with the defaults, so English is okay. Keyboard okay. Zone okay. I will choose full disk configuration and next. Now here, select the USB drive that you just plugged in. In my case, this is the one. And next. UEFI loader is okay. Now let's set the password for the root user. Next. Let's add my user. Now before we install, I need to mention that everything that is currently on the second USB drive will be deleted. So if you have something important on there, make a backup first. I don't have anything important on there, so I will just continue and install. And now let's wait. Installation completed. Now we need to restart and boot into this newly installed USB drive. So again, you will need to open the boot menu and select the right USB drive. And make sure you don't select the USB drive with the live environment again. Now I will restart as well, and I'll see you after the reboot. And here it is, full GhostBSD running from a USB drive. Now let's see what we have here. Let's open Mate terminal. Let's do uname-a. Here you can see the FreeBSD kernel version, which is 13.2-stable. On Linux, you would see the Linux kernel version. Let's do a system update first. The package manager on FreeBSD is called pkg. So let's see if there are some updates. So the command is pkg update, of course with sudo and the password. The repositories are up to date. And now let's do pkg upgrade. One package can be updated and this is pkg itself. So let's do it. Yes. Now we got further updates. Alright, let's update everything. Finally up to date. Now let's try to install pkg install neofetch. As you can see, the commands are very similar as on Linux. And let's run neofetch. Neofetch is also working. So again, the kernel is 13.2-stable. This is an older one. At the time of recording, the current release is version 14. So I expect that they will update to a newer version soon. We are using the Mate desktop version 1.26 and the memory consumption is a little bit more than 2 gigs. This is a little bit higher than I expected, but okay. Let's see the file browser. So this is probably Caja. Yes, this is the default file browser on the Mate desktop. Do we have a web browser? We have Firefox. Now let's see YouTube. Let's try a video. In this video, we will talk about FreeBSD and why you should use it. Works as expected. Do we have GIMP? No. Let's try to install it. pkg install GIMP. Yes. Installed. Let's see if it's there. Graphics. Yeah, there it is. And here is GIMP. Seems to work just fine. Alright. Now as you can see, FreeBSD looks and feels a lot like Linux. All those applications that you are seeing here were actually ported to FreeBSD. In fact, applications on FreeBSD are actually called ports. In this video we installed the pre-built packages, but you can also get the ports from source and build them manually, which is also really easy to do. It's similar like the AUR repository on Arch Linux, where you also build packages from source. If you like my videos and also want to support me, I also have a Patreon page. I really appreciate all the support I get, and it's because of your support that I can make videos like this one. So thank you very much, and the link to Patreon is up there or down in the description. In this video I showed you how to install GhostBSD because it has a nice GUI installer. In the next video I will show you how to install the vanilla FreeBSD from inside the console. So if you're interested, you can find the link to the next video up there or down in the description. And that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, then like and subscribe. And if you really like the video, you also have a super thanks down there where you can buy me a coffee, for instance, so I can make more of those awesome videos. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.